Hello, dreamers, doers, believers, and achievers, wonderful winners, and powerful people. How are you? I'm Dwayne Shigg, and this is Talking Books, the place for people who like books, reading them, and writing them. And today we have Miss Elena Neely. She is the author of the Blessings for Living series of books, and she has a brand new book out, and we're going to talk about that. How are you today, Miss Elena?
I am excellent, Elaine. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I thank you for being here with us tonight, and you're going to help a lot of our people. Give us a brief introduction about yourself before we jump into your book.
Sure, I like to say I'm a mom first and foremost, which is why I have such an affinity for children and youth. And I have also worked for the Postal Service for 35 years. And I also still find the love and time to be with our youth. And I think that it's the way to go. I think that we must invest in the generations to come.
I love that. I love that. So, you mentioned, and I'm in reading your information, you mentioned talking about youth, and I see a little sparkle in your face when you start talking about this. So, this is a children's book. So, what was it that draws you? Why did you write, want to write, need to write, start to write a children's book? What was it about that?
Yeah, sure. I have one daughter, and my daughter and I read from the time she was 0 to the time she was 17.
Hmm.
Even though she turned 17, she would get up in the morning, get in the tub. I'd sit on the side of the tub and read daily word to her. But we love to go to the library. We love to read books. I remember distinctly one time us reading a book and we were crying at the same time because it was about a slave who was going away and she was leaving her family. But it's just the joy that you get when you're reading to children, which is what I love. But I will say that the books that I have written in the Blessings for Living series are not books that were available when my daughter was young. There's
Hmm.
a gap.
Yeah.
So that's what I sought to do is to fill that gap first and foremost.
I love that. Reminds me of I believe it's a Toni Morrison quote that I read. It says, if there's a book that you want to read that hasn't been written, then you have to write it. So,
Uh,
so push to that. What is it about youth, children that just, has you, gets you excited and, is part of, is reason you do what you do? Is there something special about the youth?
yeah, as a matter of fact, honestly, I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, in the ghetto, Jeffries Projects to be exactly. And the fact is, there was a lot I didn't even know. You don't really know how poor you are when you're poor if you
Okay.
don't know anything else. I didn't know what extracurricular activity was until I was an adult because
Okay.
just what it was for
Right.
me. And so the fact is, I just felt that if we could just share some of our life lessons with our youth, they would have a better start on life. Some of the things we learn, like the importance of learning, the importance of doing your best, the importance of thinking time, the
Thinking
power of
time.
the mind,
I like
those
that.
are all in the first book, which is Blessings for Living, Planting Seeds of Greatness.
Okay.
Those are some of the topics that are in that one, loving yourself. And so each book has 10 blessings. And the reason we call them blessings is because it's a lesson that we learned
Oh,
and we're sharing it, and therefore becomes a blessing.
I was wondering about that. I'm glad you told me that. I like that. So it's a blessing and a lesson, a blessing.
Exactly.
Oh, that is powerful. So they're getting two things at one, a blessing. So, oh, I like that. I like
Yes.
that. So you have to pray for me because I don't want to backslide into kleptomania and steal that. So so I'm going to be very careful about that. That's powerful. So the new book in the series, what is that called?
The new book in the series is called The Best of Being. So, as you can see on the front, be grateful, be brave, Some of the other ones are be curious, be positive, be happy.
Okay.
These are things that you need to tell a child when they're younger. You know, they're and it's hard to talk to them from your perspective,
Right.
but if you could talk to them from a child's perspective, a little lower, not too low, but a little lower, you might be able to reach them early and understanding why it's important to be positive and that they have full control over being happy.
Ooh, I like that. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
And
Go
and
ahead.
just I could just say the last one in that best of being is being yourself.
That's important. Can you expound on that for a little bit? How important that is to be yourself, and that's not just a lesson for children. That's a lesson because it took me a long time to really like myself as a child, as a teenager. I really didn't, and so can you just touch bases on? I don't want you to give too much of the book away, but that one right there is very important, and you have that in the book. The lesson of being yourself. Can you just expound on that just a little bit from your perspective, your experience?
From my perspective, we are unique. There is no one land or sea that's just like us. I mean, seriously.
Right.
And the fact is, you were given certain qualities that I was not given. And so when you live in a place like California,
Yeah.
it's okay to like be who you are, wear a mohawk, everything you want. And other places, they try to put you in a box.
Right.
But the happiest people in the world are the ones that are allowed to be who they are.
Mm.
Okay? Be who they are. Wear, I like to wear a lot of bling. If you know me, if people know I wear a lot of bling. But that's me. I have to accept that early on. And so
Right.
when people see me, they know that's me. So I'm sure you can point to people that are famous that they just have unique things about who they are,
Right.
and that's just them. And so
Mm.
you have to take pride in the fact that you're who you are. So be all of that. Be all of that and be happy about the fact that you are different and unique.
That's a powerful lesson for youth as well as adults to learn. If you're just joining us, this is Talking Books. I'm Dwayne Shigg, and we are with Miss Elena Neely. She is the author of the Blessings for Living series, and we're talking about one of the latest books, her latest book, Blessings for Living. And give me the title, the subtitle.
The best of being.
The best of being, and I like that. I like that. And so, what is the age group for your books?
Yeah. So I believe again that you got to start early, and that is when they're first born. So it's for parents to read to their children, but
Okay.
it's also you can read it up to age 12. And
Really?
I have a lot of kids who have received the book that I've shared. They've shared pictures back, and I see them reading the older children reading to the younger children.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And so, in your bio and the information I was reading, you call this a gift to parents. Can you expound on that and talk about what you mean by that?
Yeah, I will use my own example, and that is that the time I got a chance to spend with my daughter reading was time I can't ever get back.
Hmm.
And for parents who have grown old, have grown kids, they know how important that time is and how fast it
Yes,
goes.
it is.
So, the gift to parents is that it's a book that you can read. It's educational. It has a little jingle in it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and so it also is fun and entertaining, but therein lies that sweet little lesson.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
educational as well as fun and entertaining.
So, how important is it for children to have books like this? Because you said earlier that coming up, you didn't have books like this, and so how is it? How important is it for our children to have books like this?
Well, it's very important. In Blessings for Living, Planting Seeds of Greatness, one of the subjects is sleeping. And it talks about Sleep is a time to get your rest. Rest you'll need to do your best.
Ooh,
Sleep makes your body strong. It helps you think clearly all day long. And it goes on and it has little rhymes like that. But my favorite part is the last verse. So go to bed, close your eyes. When you awake, life will have a great big surprise. Night, night.
oh, that's very good. I like that. I like that. I like that. And so the children that read this, the children that have it read to them by their parents, what is what is the takeaway? What is it that you hope you want the children? What is it that you want the children to get from it? But then those parents, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, big brothers that read it to them, what is it that you want them to take away? So it's like a twofold question.
I would like the parents to take away, excuse me, the fact that a book like this exists, that there is a book out there teaching those valuable life lessons in a way that they could read them to their child at a young age. And it doesn't have to always be them being the authoritative person telling
Okay.
them to do their best and love themselves. There is a book about it. And it's really a
Right.
cute, fun book, and we're reading it together. So while you're getting that time, you tell me one child that doesn't want to spend time with their parents. And so you're getting that time, but you're also seeing the value of spending that time. So that's what I want the parents to get. What I want the children to get is I want them to see that these things that are about being curious, being positive, being helpful, being kind, there are things that they can be.
Hmm. Oh, wait
Things
a
that
minute.
they
Wait a
can
minute.
be.
Oh, I like that. So it's so. Oh yeah. So it's something that can. It's possible. So you're instilling. I'm asking. You're instilling possibility, truths, and principles in them at that young age.
When you just look at the title, when you look at the title, is planting seeds of greatness. So
Yes.
it's already possible for them to
Right.
be great because this book is about it. And the best of being, I'm being this, I'm being that. I'm gonna be not only great, but I'm going to be positive, and I have a reason to be positive now.
Hmm.
So it's really deep.
And I
And just
like the practicality of it also. I mean, it's principled, but it's practical, and so that's a good thing about it. Also, it's not so fantastical where they can't reach it, but it's not too adolescent or babyish, if you understand what I'm saying.
that's right. And then finally, if I might just say,
Go
the
ahead.
little jingle I tell you that's in here, um, it talks about a blessing. So it says, a blessing is a lesson shared. It's a blessing to share, a blessing to care. Always remember and never forget, blessings flow to help you grow. Oh, what a blessing it is.
Oh,
And so what that is about is saying that, hey, these are lessons. It's telling them straight out. And why are they? Because somebody cares about them and somebody shared with them. And so they help you grow. Blessings flow to help you grow. And oh, what a blessing it is.
that will work. That is great. I like that. Let me ask you a question. What was the you have an affinity for youth and the book, as you said, came out of there was nothing like that for you when you were coming up. So the writing process, what was that writing process like for you?
Yeah, I honestly, when I wrote my first book, I used a publisher, Noah's Ark Publishing. And one of the great things that came out of that was really how to build the title. I knew
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have blessings for living, but I didn't know about the subtitles. So he really talked me through, Laval Bell, who is the publisher, talked me
What's his
through
name?
Laval Bell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he talked me through why subtitles matter
Right.
and how you need to tell why that reader should read it. So that's why the best of being, you like, where did that come from? Well,
Right.
it's about the best of being. And when we tell all those other stories in the other book, it's about planting seeds of greatness. So,
Right.
and
Okay.
so the third book that's coming is Always Remember and Never Forget. And this, what's in there are things you want to always remember and never forget. And one of them is forgiveness is free.
Ooh. Now, see
Now
that
these,
book. That book might be some people my age might need to read that part.
hey, let me tell you, I revisit quite a few myself, especially
Definitely.
thinking time, right?
Right.
Especially
Thinking
thinking,
time. Now, how
right.
important is that for a kid? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Real quick, I just want to say, and I'm going to tell you this before I forget. Thinking time. What happens when somebody gets in trouble? They put the kid in the corner to think about what they did.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Right.
So that kid is not really thinking about that. That kid's mind is going on to something else. So the power of thinking time is unique. And you have to take time to let things settle in and think about it. So it takes me a while to write. Back to the writing process. It takes me a while to write because you got to get in the groove. You got to
Right.
clear your mind of a whole bunch of other stuff, and you got to refocus on your mission, what the purpose is, and you have to think like, if I was receiving this, how would I want this told to me?
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the unique part for me is I have to make it rhyme.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work, and that makes it fun also.
It makes it fun.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. The books, the
Mhm.
title, the cover, the last one, the new one. Can I see that cover again? I like that cover. The concept of that, and I like that's he's got his armor on and all that good stuff. So the concept, is that the illustrators or was that yours? Where'd that concept come from?
First of all, my illustrator is the bomb. Okay. And Terry Didham is his name.
Okay.
And
Shout out to Terry.
yeah. And so I told him I wanted the colors and I wanted to be kind of like a kingdom because we were going to focus on being grateful and being brave. So
Okay.
he's being brave in his outfit and she's being grateful because he's so brave.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
And in both books have rainbows. Rainbow is hope.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
the third one will likely have a rainbow, and I have a great idea for the front. And that's
Okay.
always remember and never forget. But Terry is going to get that coming up soon, and he's going to start working on it. And so he's been the best partner ever for this whole series, Blessings for Living.
That's great. I like that blessing and lesson blessings because when I read the book, I said, okay, now let me. I got to find out what this blessings is, and that's very good. So, how can people get your books?
Great. Thanks for asking. You can get them on my website, which is blessingsforliving.com. And then also, I'm on Amazon as well. And I just recently joined another bookshelf called Speak Up Sis. So there's quite a few different ways. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, but blessingsforliving.com is the best place to get it.
Okay. How can people reach you if they want you to come out and speak to their people, to their group or their organization? How can they contact you?
They can contact me at blessingsforliving@gmail.com or on my Facebook for Blessings for Living. So I'm all around, but Elena Neely is my name. And certainly I appreciate you certainly talking through with you. They could certainly reach me through your platform as well.
That is fabulous. That is fabulous. We have been talking with Miss Elena Neely. She is the author of Blessings for Living. And can you show us the two books one more time? Blessings for living, the best of being. That's I like that title, and I like the young man on that too. And planting seeds of greatness. Practical books for your children, niece, nephew, and maybe just for a neighbor's child. And so you can make a gift of this. And so tell us one more time where they can get copies of your books.
Blessings, that's BLESSONS, blessingsforliving.com and Amazon. And thank you so much. If I could just say one more thing
Go
to
ahead.
you,
Sure.
and that is because of what you've done to open this platform up, you're sharing it with people like me. So you are a blessing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Blessing, lesson. I like that. Thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate that. And if you have a book that you want to talk about and you want to be on Talking Books, you can contact us at drshig@gmail.com, drshig@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at encourageman, the letter N, Courage Man, and you can find some of our other programs, our motivational videos, or on YouTube. You can go to my name, YouTube, you can go to Encouragement, but you need to get this book, this series of books for your children, your niece, your nephew, for the bad little boy down the street. Instead of talking about him, buy him a book. And so thank you so much, Miss Elena. We greatly appreciate it. And to all of our listeners, want you to remember as we go, want you to remember that the dream is doable. And like Miss Neely, you need to go get it. Stay encouraged. Be blessed. You have a great evening.
Thank you.